And I'm going to ask you to do something probably a little bit off the wall because I know you've been sitting for almost 2 hours. I would like to ask all of you to squat. Amy likes this. I like squatting, right? Squatting, So I'm going to disappear because I'm going to squat with you. Let me tell you, if you sit too long, it's no good for you, okay? You get the back pain, you become hunched, you gain weight easier, and you just become not feeling good. So squatting is a simple exercise that can help you get a lot of the muscles moving and becoming better. Then it's the simplest exercise if you're too lazy to go to the things. Okay, so let's squat for 1 minute. I'm going to disappear because I'm going to squat. Okay, I'm done squatting. I guess not everyone's squatting. Oh, I see some people disappearing. Good. Those who are disappearing, that means you're squatting, and feel how your back reacting or feeling better or stretching. So yeah, for your information, I'm standing so that I don't sit too long. Okay. Everyone, we're ready? Now we go to topic number 2, which is about starting a conversation. So now that you understand why listening matters, let's see how we do a mentoring conversation. How do we start a mentoring conversation? So it's a lot simpler than you think. You don't need a script. Just be natural, just be yourself, and ask, be curious. That is very important. You really want to know your mentee and ask a few good questions. And as you know, mentoring relies on good connection. When you mentor, I mean, if you don't have a good connection with your mentee, then it's pointless, right? So you want to have a good connection. And how do you start the conversation that helps them open up? And I've heard somebody said, I don't know what to say. So this is where this conversation, this topic comes about, because as simple as it is, sometimes we don't even know how to start it. So here are the 3 questions that are the most simple, but it's very telling. You can see what brought you to Toastmasters. If we were talking 6 months from now and you feel great about your progress, what will have happened or what will be next? And how do you like to receive feedback? If you just remember these 3 questions, it will already open up so like conversations and like not every conversation needs to be just check-ins, regular check-ins, keep the conversation alive. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is, what's one win you had recently, big or small? That gives a person a permission to share. And the word big or small, then they feel, oh, I didn't do anything big, but oh, I can do something now that I can do. It would make make their brain work and look out for, what did I do well? What did I feel? What did I succeed in? And that would make them feel good. Yeah. So the point is, how can they feel good about themselves? Because as you know, in the world, there are enough things that make us feel bad, or people or situations that would tell us that we are not good enough, or we think we're not good enough. So helping your mentees feel good about themselves is a gem. It's a win for you as a mentor. In this one, we are not going to go into the pair room for this practice because we don't have enough time, but you will be practicing this during your off time. during between sessions. So now I'm just going to do the practice right in the main room here. And let's just see. So open up your toolkit, yeah, your conversation starter kit. And who would like to practice? Who would like to practice? Hugh, can I ask you to be the one to practice this? Yeah, imagine you'll be a person A, okay? So let's find a mentee for you. Do you want to choose a mentee?
I
Somebody.
think Jason is raising his hand, Miranda.
Who? Jason. Jason wants to be the mentee. Okay. All right. All right. Just so that you know, guys, I'm going to change different person every time so that not. So I would like to have everybody get a chance to speak. Okay. Jason, this time I let you, but don't raise your hands all the time. Okay. So we give other people also opportunities. So Hugh will be the mentor and you will be the mentee. And Hugh, would you just start the conversation and we're watching a live demo? And Jason, just be yourself, okay? And Hugh also be yourself. So start with the questions that we already had and just practice that. Just two questions.
Okay, so follow the book, right? Okay.
Right.
Hello, Jason. So I'm glad that we met here in this Zoom meeting, and I'm ready to be here to accompany you, to support you in your Toastmasters journey. So I would like to know more about you because this is the first time we meet. Would you like to tell a little bit about yourself?
Of course, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you. Pleased to meet your acquaintance, Toastmaster Hugh. A little bit about myself. Well, as Toastmaster Miranda pointed out, I am quite the introvert usually. So this is a way for me to step out of my comfort zone, meet more people from all parts of the world, all parts of Indonesia first, maybe all parts of Jakarta first. Okay, maybe not go too far into the world. But yeah, it's an opportunity for me to get out of my comfort zone and still have a semblance of familiarity with how Toastmasters encourage us to speak in English. I am more familiar speaking in English compared to speaking in Bahasa Indonesia. So that's what brought me to Toastmasters.
You are in the right platform. By the way, how do you know about Toastmasters and who brought you up?
So it's interesting, right? Because I think I've heard of Toastmasters in high school, but I didn't join up until it was brought up again at work by my assistant managing director. He recommended that I join a club to further my public speaking skills because the nature of my work is that it's clients and
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry. I think there's a audio problem at your side or my side. Yeah.
sorry.
We can hear you. We
Sorry?
can hear you. Okay, now
Oh.
you can hear. Now we can.
Okay.
Continue,
Sorry.
continue.
Okay.
Where was I cut off?
Yeah, you can continue with what you said just now.
Okay. Where was I cut off? Sorry.
I cannot hear you just now because like
Managing director.
Yes. So my assistant managing director suggested that I further improve my public speaking skills because the nature of my work is that I have to face clients to sell our products and everything. So it will be a good opportunity professionally as well.
good choice. And it's never too late to start, never too late, and you are in the right path to be a better speaker and leader by joining Toastmasters. All right, see you again on next meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hugh. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you, Hugh and Jason. I can see from Jason's smile, I think he enjoys that. All right, thank you, Hugh. And of course, Hugh has been a member for quite a long time, right, Hugh? So very experienced in 5 years in the recruiting members or just talking to mentors. So we have a good example. Yeah, more than anything, okay, we said the questions, don't think too hard about it, just natural, like you use your curiosity. But what I'm struck more was Hugh's demeanor. So Hugh was open, he was warm, and that is the most important thing when you're and be comfortable with that. Okay, so we have that, and for this time, we're not going to go very deep. If you have any question, please share with me. But for everyone, I will call for 1 or 2 people. What did you notice? What question felt more natural? Anyone would like to answer that? Just share your observation. What did you observe, and how was it for you? So how can I make myself smaller so that I can see? Okay, Rafi, let me just ask you, Rafi. Actually, anyone could have spoken up. What did
Alright.
you notice, Rafi?
Sorry, would you mind to repeat your question?
Yeah, when you observed the role play, what did you notice? What question felt natural, or you would have used, or what was your observation, just in general?
Actually, I noticed not from the question only, but from the vocal variety and also how the listeners and also the speaker are responding with their face, with their eye. So for me, the better thing when we want to communicate with our mentor or mentee is with our heart and show in our facial gestures, especially in Zoom, because we cannot see them in on site or offline. So according to me, when I notice the 2 role takers in this session, I see how they react more clearly in the Zoom. So it's from me.
Thank you for sharing your reaction, Refi. Yes, it's not so much the questions. The questions could just be like, how are you? How are you? Or where what brought you to Toastmasters? For me, I've been a Toastmasters for 17 plus years. That question never fails once they're already in Toastmasters, yeah? Because we're talking about mentees, so that means they're already a Toastmaster. I was always curious about why people join Toastmasters. It tells a lot, like a lot of their pains, a lot of their dreams, a lot of their fears. So and if you listen just with how you practice listening, so much can come out of this. I mean, I know this was a very short example, but I'm sure, like, Jason would like to talk more, and then you can just listen. Okay, and just by doing that, he's going to talk more, and he feels good, he's going to tell you more, and that would help you a lot as a mentor. Okay, and this talking about 6 months from now is probably talking about goals once you have established some connection, some rapport. But one important question is, how do you like to receive feedback? This is very important. Sometimes we don't ask that question, and then we find some mentees are easily triggered, maybe by the way they are given feedback. So if we clear that right in the very beginning, how would you like to receive feedback? So if you're coaches, if you're trainers, that is also a good thing to know. And again, the answer will reveal so much about that person. And I come from a lot of trauma-based approaches, so that would say, yeah, I don't want to be listened to like this, or I don't want to be. It's like whenever they say that, they're actually telling that's what their pains had been, and they probably want you to be giving a different experience, and that would make them feel safe. So from just by listening what they say back to you, you will understand this is, okay, that is like a sensitive area and a difficult area for them. And if you want to make them feel safe, that would be something that you could reword it and make it be comfortable for them. And then also you can always check, is it okay if I ask you about this, or share you my feedback, so that is also softening the impact sometimes, because some people are just so traumatized, they are so sensitive to anything that sounds like they are wrong or they're not good, then they spin it into something so big. Yeah, just be aware of that. Okay, so this time we're not going to go 2-minute practice because we don't have time, and we will go directly to topic number 3. If you have any question, please just write in the chat, and maybe if I don't respond to it, maybe one of the co-hosts or Lucy.
Can I ask you one question, Miranda?
Who's
What
speaking?
if, for me, Belinda,
Belinda Chu. Okay, Belinda. Yes. Hi,
what
Belinda.
if your mentee tends to be very obstinate, very hard to learn, like to accept feedbacks, and yet he still falls back on his old ways. He thinks his way is the best ways, even though the whole village was like against him, for example. What would you want to do actually in situations like that when you have this type of mentee?
Thank you so much, Belinda. It's a very, very good question. And I think maybe a lot of people experience that. They don't know what to say when the mentee is deflecting, or I know, right? But let me put it like this, yeah? So if they're obstinate, Belinda, that means they're coming from some kind of like a hurt place already. So they're very defensive. So when that happens, I would just resort back just to listening, not try to force, I don't like to use that word, try to push your opinion or your perception. Listen as much as you can until they feel safer and they feel more relaxed, because when they also talk a lot, they talk more and they feel like they're safe to say that, they will find the things that they don't do well. And then another trick is to ask questions. So how did you feel you do? What did you think about this? Like what they do, and just let them talk about it. Yeah, Belinda, rather than trying to say, okay, you did that wrong, and never say that. Okay, because that is your perception. And okay, so you say something. Yeah.
What if instead of taking it, I mean, it's because they are in a very, very negative situation already, okay? And they try to verbalize their angst and everything. But at the same time, right, even though we tell them like, oh, okay, certain things, they become very rude, for example, okay?
Rude. Is that what you said? Rude.
Yeah, the conversation becomes very rude instead. They demonize the whole, the whole thing, actually.
Yeah.
Even though people was trying to like just be nice to him or her, and they just do not know how to react back or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, even though there was chances for them to actually like, there was some counseling or even one-on-one, not even counseling, but it is just, normal conversation to rectify the situation.
Sounds to me like you have a pretty hard case. In that case, I would just doubling up on listening. not talking, not telling them, not say, well, you know, like it will be okay, or like commenting on this is normal to be this or normal to be that, right? Just be mum and just say, okay, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more, and let them get that out, because sounds to me that this person has so much bottled up inside, so angry, and that anger spills over and then being projected at everything. So you cannot fix that, and not in this kind of way. The only thing that can help them is listening, because that all they want, you know, if I look deeper inside, that person probably feel misunderstood. They feel like they have no support, and then all of this negativity. Yeah. So just by listening, really not trying to do anything, try to change them or try to take anything from them or try to make them think this way, feel this way, or do this way, that would be the best thing. And do as much as that until he comes down, or he or she comes down eventually. Yeah, it might take a little bit, a few more sessions, just listening. So what's been happening? What's going on inside you, or what's going on with you? You know, and just let them talk and tell me more until they don't have anything else to say. All right. And just even then, you can be silent. And then you can say, okay, here's what I'm hearing or what I'm understanding. Would you like to hear what I hear, or what I, you know, what I understand from what you just shared? Ask permission. So people like that is like an angry tiger, you know, wounded, angry tiger. They just want to attack. They want to head back, and ask permissions, be gentle, not pushing anything in. Great question, Belinda. Really, thank you for that. Okay, we're running out very, very short of time. And let me just, okay, I'm going to go to the next person. I'm a lecturer. I want to be close to my students. They sometimes feel intimidated. Okay. I'll keep this question for now, Maria, because if I answer this, then I would not be able to go to the next topic, which is simple. But let me, if you have time after the session, I can answer that quickly. Okay. All right. So let's move on now to our last session topic, which is orienting new members. So most of you either already know it, already experienced that, be oriented by your mentor, but maybe many of you also don't have mentors, and now you are learning to be mentors. So there is, I've created a new member journey roadmap. It's, I think it's document number 10. So Gusti, can you also share that? It's, there's also Toastmaster website cheat sheet links. We're supposed to have a video for this, and I'm waiting for Lucy to create me a video for this. And we will share this like in the next 3 days for you. So one of the first thing that a new member needs is how to get everything or to know everything, right? The Toastmaster website is so huge. There's so many things going on there, but if nobody tells them about it, they'll not learn anything. And I bet you a lot of members drop out of Toastmasters. You know, we try to recruit them like crazy, but once they become a member, there's nothing being done with them. And they don't know, they feel a bit lost, they don't know who to ask. And the very thing that they could learn is just how to navigate the Toastmasters website, because if somebody gets into the Toastmasters website, they'll see, wow, there are so many things that I can even just read and learn on my own. That already gives them a sense like, you know, like this is a big thing, a good thing for me. And then there are a few things that you, so if you could help them to know what Toastmasters is about, and give them a video to look at, or just like the journey, and then what Toastmasters can give you. Just remind them again, you know, what's in it for you. Toastmasters, you can even just share your story. What's in it for me? And then you can also say, this is what you can get in Toastmasters, this and this and this and this and this. And so if you're interested in this, like, look at this, you know, I'm giving you this roadmap and come back to me if you have any more questions or you want to know more about any of this. And then the video of how to navigate the website hopefully will help them a lot with that. Yeah. So we won't go into depth into this. Just remember that the most valuable thing that you can do as a mentor is to help your protege navigate the Toastmasters world so they don't get lost and then they disappear. That's why we lose members. Just check and just get them interested, and you know, that first conversation, what brought them to Toastmasters, is very important. I would link that back to them because you will hear their pain, their fears, their dreams and goals, and then you can always link back. So you said you wanted to do this, or you're afraid to do this. So this is how you can mitigate that or overcome that by doing this. And you point out, you know, where in Toastmasters, or, you know, what to do, or become like a exco, or practice this or practice that, or looking at what is available in the Toastmasters website. Yeah. I think if you just look at that, you will learn a lot yourself. I mean, I wish I knew that because I had to find it myself, but a lot of people probably didn't know where to start. So you can help as a mentor. Yeah, nothing to memorize here, just have the roadmap and then share it with your protege at your first meeting and walk through it together. Now, yeah, we don't do the website tour. Lucy, next time you will do that, yeah? But the most, the minimum that they need to know are the how to renew membership, how to do the pathways login. A lot of members don't know how to do that. So how to get to their path, meeting role resources. Like, what are the free resources? Because when people like look at the free resources, I mean, if I look at them, I said, oh, I can do this at work too. So when they have more investment in what they see or know, then they would be more interested in learning more. They said, oh, I can do this with my partner, or I can do this at work. I can lead meetings with this. Yeah. And then officer resources about the leadership. I mean, I don't know, some of you may just knew, but leadership in Toastmasters is the best education that you can get just by doing the roles, by doing the activities. It's all built in. So suddenly, you know, oh, I'm more able to do this. I'm more able to communicate with people and influence them and coach them. You know, all that will happen when you join Toastmasters leadership. And so if anybody asks you to join a leadership role, please do. Please take it. And then for those who are leaders, there's also the Club Central, where there's a lot of resources again in there that you can share. Okay. Yeah, so just watch the video. We'll drop it within 3 days after today. And then it's 10 minutes, and there's also a cheat sheet. Okay, that's it. Any question up to that point? Because soon I'm going to ask for the key takeaways. Questions so far? Okay, does anyone have a question arising in them? So I learned, don't ask too general. Any question? Because nobody will answer, okay? So learn to say it like this. Is there any question arising in you that needs an answer? Okay, I cannot see everybody. So if anyone raised their hand, please alert me. If not, let's continue into the last part. Okay. Let's do the group room, okay? And this could be just random right now, and or however you can go to your rooms for 5 minutes and just share very quickly what is your key takeaway from today's session, the good and the bad and anything in between. because we would like to hear your input, your recommendation, your suggestion, and feedback as well, so that you can do it better next time. Any question? Gusti, how are we going to do this?
Okay, I'm going to open the breakout rooms and you can go to your previous group room with the pencil letters.
Yeah.
Also,
Same group
already
room,
open.
go to where you did before. So let's do this for about, so we have 11 minutes. About 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes?
Five is okay.
So if you see a
Alright.
lot of people